episode for Ahaye GC News. Mema Ubibia Akwaba. Had the latest hot and Aramede Bramo. I don't say Wunyan subscribe to channel idea. Bomodian say over subscribe. The way I say over click a year the subscribe button. Na wabele notification. We understand new video be upload when the first person was Ebeka a yes video. I feel we are now like video and give us a thumbs up, Nefi. Shema wa foforo so na wenye bi hwe na wo hu ensemo ekoso e wo Ghana memo afi yembura ye ensemo abeto yepono so yeti yes a report ya ba betu ja sankomo yimu enti
also tell say kasa council of state enye ebusua ba akopɛ hu nipa eye Ghana ha nyina ye nyina ne ekoto abase ye yimpenifo every region bia say mo nyina mo nkotena Jubilee House wo na president assembly ba na kyere ne so a ondi nkan ne mo mfa ho adwene na mosom ne dwene wia na motunufo ewo saasam no ho. There's a reason why in terms of mutual constitution no create sa council of state sa de ekuo no if you say na pese bedroom pempensuo bi a yebenya president bi te say Akufo Addo a otumi ko hye dem ade chi a oso pam shalato say na yem pese benya president bi wo ho a on pese obedi Ghana mra no so he will be the only person making decisions for this country. So the Council of State was put there to technically be an advisory body. They will be checking the president indirectly to make sure the president's decision at the end of the day, a decision indirectly, Yani Ghana for are part of that decision. And it's a petition by the president in Sa. Now, President Edema, the Council of State members, is a no petition musua. It means the president has technically handed over the petition to Yani Ghana for we on the street, because we on the street as Ghanaians, we voted and elected the Council of State members. Into every Council of State member bia or hobiano or representing Ghana ni. Into for the president not to look like a tyrant or a dictator, the president decided to use the law to follow due process to make sure say Sebio obinjina baby enkobono subuo. Sene beya ye nyina ye kodru a pointer ye beti ase hu se decision we in the senka wo steady the ekoso no pa the decision that will come out whether Chief Justice stays or leaves that decision that will come out the president shouldn't be blamed. Is the Council of State crampo na was say you take your decisions because their decision today has 99.9% influence on the president's decision, because anka president or take on one decision he wouldn't have needed the Council of State input. It is for the president to go to the Council of State first. It is like a president to go, our intentions be say ebia, let's say John Mahama and Chief Justice as well. So our intentions be cry and also our intentions be the Council of State, they can stop the president from taking that decision. Because when the Council of State comes out, na 99.9 and now Mr. President, this decision we think should go this way, not president go this way. Then Ghanaians will know, say, the president is taking decisions by himself and being a tyrant or being a dictator. But in this case, when it goes to the Council of State, 99% of the decision the Council of State will take, the president will have no option than to, at the end of the day, agree with them because they represent us. It is incapable. Our focus should be on the Council of State, not the president. Because at this point, the president has one decision. But the Council of State, all these members are coming together to make a decision for the president to agree to or not. Now at this point, need the decision the Council of State is taking. Need the decision the president is taking. So who are we supposed to be looking up to? Now, Ubusami Ameka say, media, I'm watching the Council of State. I'm not watching the president. Because when the Council of State comes out to tell the president, say, Mr. President, the petition you forwarded to us, we don't see anything wrong in the petition. There's nothing, no crime committed. What can the president do? When the president goes ahead to even decide to take a decision, he himself will take care. We will all know, say, the president is not the president. We all, you're voting in as a country, democratically, we now will stop trusting the president. So you're Ghanaian, our focus should be on the Council of State. So you're Chief Justice, my focus should be on the Council of State. So we are Ghanaian MPP niya. Now person 10 years went to MPP NDC. you are wasting your time. Your focus should be on the Council of State, because they are the ones making the decision, not the president. The president is basically going to adhere to nyansa omodebeba. Omonomo ya abrewa no. President koji nyansa efri abrewa ho. Sometimes, as a young man, as a young woman, as a married man, asem to be chire so. Now we take it with decision. But for some reason, o call ma mo ko busa and say, "Ma, asem we chire me so." But so we take it with decision with him. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why I call ma ho. There's a reason why I call nana ho. The decision or the message it will influence your final decision in your head. It is one call my when I'll take his decision so be jawaria. Then everybody will know say why would decision be now take here one other opinions. But the moment you go to your mother for an advice, now my mama will advise be every other way why you say 99% to be jawaria, but advice how my no it will influence that your 99% idea so be jawarero. Now you are torn between 50-50. It means your mom's advice is fighting your conclusion or your conscience. That means so I no way nyam free mu a your mama advice into na we free aware nim. Na so call mama ho now mama ka kira say aware na person ojai no reason ode ma me hwem a valid jaware na, then you are in your conviction is clear. So that is why at this point say me Ghanaian why should I blame the president? A child person your politics. A child person or turning idea way into politics when it comes to the Chief Justice issue. We need to be looking at the Council of State, because the most important thing here when I say the Council of State is not even one person. How can over 20 people sit down and make one decision? Say until said you see something in the petitioner they cannot overlook. So the Council of State nipa miensa okay they can be influenced. We are talking about over 20 people. So you want to tell me, say, all the Council of State members, we have somebody has influenced all of them. No, we are going to have opposing views. Mr. P, Mr. S, yeah. So why do we blame the president? Because at this point, the Council of State will come and tell the president, yes, it's true. Okay, Mr. S, I know. At the end of the day, the Council of State, they are advising. It's your advice, it can influence the president's decision. So the president can decide, maybe a Council of State, the Ombekano, a president decided. So the president decided, maybe a Council of State, the Ombekano, a president has a son. So why do you blame the president? But you see, it is not about the petition in your hand. Now, the NPP as a political party, through their surrogates and their fake media, led by people like otchere and Kweku Bakomo and those co-mininis dirty ones, they are trying to change the focus of the conversation. There is a difference between, say, Obi a committed crime, any Obi person or committed crime. Let me say this on authority. My platform, my team, my production team, we have not had access to air the petition. I have no knowledge about the petition. I don't know what is in the petition. In fact, the petition is exclusive to the Chief Justice, the President, and maybe the Council of State. So me, I cannot speak to the petition. And I will not sit here and speculate. Idea, I won't do it. Idea, information, I won't do it. But at least I can speak to a document that is factual. And that is what I am going to show you today. And it has got to do with the conduct of the Chief Justice as the Chief Justice of Ghana's judiciary. Now, Nansei Adom MPP for BB. And I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's coming from the camp of NPP and also from, and I cannot confirm, maybe the Chief Justice Nankasa and I try to let them do that. Now, otchere I've been misinformed Ghanaians. And you know what they are doing? They be said there's a thin line between miracle and magic. They know, say, the Chief Justice were committed crimes as a Chief Justice. But what they are trying to do, and they say, they are trying to cover up the crime with some kind of words, with some kind of reactions, with some kind of adding, some quotations, bonina nipana committee ankasano onshara boneno, but you are looking at it as a holistic air blunder. into me to my just oh, in team for joy a press conference. I catch a Ghana for say, or evidence say, cocaine abaku to car. So, Kochi in team for joy, say, oh, he's under the NPP group. But when Team Fojo was speaking, he said he has evidence. But the moment you go in to arrest him, now MPP Foaba say, oh, he's a member of parliament. He has parliamentary immunity. So you cannot arrest him out of the lot. And that is what the NPP are doing. And that is what they are using Paul Addo any idea to do. And they are trying to create a story or create an impression, say, the Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu, committed no crimes or has committed no crime in office. Now, Momiantia Paul Addo for 2, 3, 4 minutes. I will show you where and how they are trying to lie to you. Madam Tokonu has committed a crime. And as the Chief Justice of Ghana, Obia or interpreti Emra should know, especially when cases like that to crumple about Semuda. When you know the law and when you know, say, some things are not supposed to be done, especially in your position. Now, let's listen to Paul Addo. Now, the Omobe and say, I'm the so create idea be say, oh, Omo who petition the womb, media me who the petition. Today, say Attorney General and frame me. No, but say, Kevin, do you know what is in the petition? I have no evidence, so I cannot speak to the petition. Maybe Paul Addo they will who petition, no? And I don't know. I don't think the president will show the petition to Paul Addo. And I don't think the Council of State will show the petition to Paul Addo. The people who are close to the Chief Justice are the NPP people. So if Paul Addo is speaking on what is in the petition, then maybe it came from the Chief Justice who had a copy from the presidency. Because when the Chief Justice was taking the petition from the presidency, it was sealed. It is Paul Addo are on TV trying to make it look like they have an idea of what the petitioners put in the petition. Then it means either the Chief Justice who received the petition from the president has leaked some of the information to Paul Addo. But you know, from what I am seeing, the kind of things that Paul Addo are trying to beat down are the things that are somehow more difficult for the Chief Justice to answer. And anytime I say, as I sit here, I have no knowledge about the petition. I am going to base this my editorial on what Paul Addo actually spoke on, and he was letting us believe, say, those are the things he knows, say, a petition. So, what Paul Addo has seen, or what has been leaked for him to see, me, I have not seen it. I am basing this editorial on what Paul Addo is saying. Now, let's go listen to Paul Addo. We are making DB.
Dan Ofori starts with money, suspecting that Justice Tokonu has spent some money, and she used some money to travel, and the money that she used to travel is not for her, it's for government, and blah, 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 blah. Let's look at it. Okay. This is on the left is the allegation that Chief Justice misappropriated a sum of 261,000 Ghana cedis of public funds for private travel. Daniel Ofori further alleges that the CJ traveled with her spouse, that is her husband, and child with the aforementioned public funds when her spouse and child are neither members of the judiciary nor work within the judicial service. So this is Daniel Ofori's first allegation. There are 3 categories of allegation: financial, court matters, and then another one. I'll show you all. Give me just 5 minutes. So this is the matter, that she has spent this amount of money traveling with her husband and her daughter. This is what we found. That the said travel package is provided for in paragraph A9 of the policy on foreign travels by the head of the judiciary and superior courts judges, approved in 2010 and reviewed in 2019, and it allows the CJ to bring along a spouse and another person of her choice on foreign travels. This has served 4 Chief Justices, to wit, Georgina Wood, Sophia Kufu, Justice Eniyeboah, and Justice Tokonu, the present CJ. So where is Daniel Ofori coming from? Even we were able to find the policy on travel, and that's what we did. Once we saw the thing, I said, okay, let's get the today is what, Tuesday. We've been working on this since I think last Friday. So we said, let's get the is there not a policy for traveling? So we picked up the policy. It is clear in there. And in fact, in some of the instances we saw, Justice Tokonu, when she traveled, she came back and returned cash of nearly $9,000 to the judicial service. That I went, I didn't spend all the money. This is the rest of the money. When I saw it, I was telling my people that, but this, my Lord, $9,000 you can issue to buy. Say that you bought books from London or something, buy something. And they said, well, that's how she is. She's like that. She came, she brought the money back. So because they raised this allegation, it has allowed people now to look at it. And everybody's finding out, oh, the last time Justice Tokonu traveled, we gave her some money. She brought back $9,000 that she didn't use it. This is the kind of person they want to impeach for corruption. So how many ministers, how many ministers travel with the impress and come back and go and give the money to the chief director that I didn't spend the money, finance manager, here's your money. No, people don't do that. I'm not saying they should do that. But I'm saying when you have somebody who has done that, this is not the person that you say is corrupt. You cannot say that is corrupt in the same breath of a person who takes money and returns the rest of the money. You cannot say that. But anyway, so this is the policy. And viewers, you can check, you can verify. Tomorrow, call the Judicial Secretary, journalists, everybody, check. What is the travel policy at the judiciary? Check it, it's there. They will give it to you. They gave it to us easy. They'll give it to you. It's a public document. It's not a secret. And the document says that it is, so it's in paragraph A9. So when you take the policy, don't go far. Just look at paragraph 9, A9. Just look at paragraph A9. And that policy is on foreign travels. It's by the head of the judiciary. So this is a policy that came in 2010. It has existed and it was reviewed in 2019. Reviewed to add security, actually. It has existed for Justice Georgina Wood, Justice Sophia Kufu, Justice Eni Yeboah, and Justice Tokonu. And this is what they want to impeach her on. That she traveled with her husband and traveled with her daughter. And this is the money that Justice Tokonu returned, 9,000. This is 260 something. That's what they're talking about. Is that not what they're talking about? No, that was another one. Another 14,000. So they have two of her trips. This one and another one. The one that she returned the money. They don't say she returned the money. Maybe they don't know. Then Ofori doesn't know. I can understand. But this is what we found out. Anyway, let's go to the next one. It says, this is a very important one. Very, very, very important. Again, because Mr. Chikata is lawyer for Daniel Ofori, and Mr. Chikata is also lawyer for Jachi Kwesin, and the Attorney General told us in his press conference.
So at least you have an idea of what he's trying to do. Chief Justice Diana, I wanted to stick to. All that he was trying to do on his show was that, let me clean the Chief Justice. Chief Justice has returned some money, so she has committed no crime. Oh, and because a board chair of Ghana Airport, no. Oh, they be anam me the receipt back, and the man for receipt and you cannot call me a criminal. That's Paul's idea about somebody who cannot be called a criminal or somebody who has broken the law. Now, argument now making you say, what is the travel policy for the judiciary? Travel policy and anything. You see what he did? He didn't actually break down or go into the travel policy. He didn't give you the specifics. Say travel policy there. Into travel policy for the judiciary, it's there. Travel policy for the presidency is there. Travel policy for the legislature is there. Travel policy for the executive. Now the question is, the travel policy, what is in the travel policy? And that is something that he did not do. You know the reason I didn't do? He didn't do it because when he goes into the travel policy and breaks it down, then you will know where Chief Justice committed a crime. But you see, they are very diabolic and sneaky and slimy to the point whereby they see every Ghanaian to be stupid. Is this because from what he is saying, he knows what is in the petition. Into Mikacho say, "Dear Onoka and then Atra Ocha, they know can you know boah." Every single thing he said was a lie. You know why? The reason why I'm saying it's a lie, no me prove actual there. But there was something he was doing. He was trying to let it look like, say, Chief Justice Obumraso, but or correct it. Because we are Chief Justice. Now say what to kwai sikaka. Oh, Chief Justice to kwai o sikani bi kai no de bae. Enti untumi nka say Chief Justice there we bumraso. But the question is, the travel nature of the travel, no. Uko aya travel policy ma. What is the nature of the travel? What is the nature of the travel? Travel, no. What kind of travel? Is it an official travel or is it a personal travel? That is where we find out to say Chief Justice deliberately will di boni and on di boni. That is where we are talking about. Or that is what we are talking about. It is not about you telling me, say, travel policy for the judiciary. That is one. But the issue is when you go into the travel policy, there are natures of travel, right? Now, the travel now Chief Justice too, not official or personal. Now, when you go into the travel policy, what does it say about personal travel and official travel? There are two things there. And what he tried to do to say, he vaguely told you, say, the Chief Justice traveled. Oh, his daughter and and she brought money. I don't care about the Chief Justice traveling. What I care about is the travel, no, the nature of travel. Did the travel fall beneath a official travel or personal travel? Now, you need to understand, when it is official travel, the component in official travel are different from the component in the personal travel. We are asking, Chief Justice na kwano 2 na it all falls under travel policy. We get it. But was it an official travel? And what does the law say about official travel? And what does the law say about personal travel? It's not now Jimino or Jimmy Kofo, because the Juma man say, "On me create impression be say obi time Chief Justice." Now Chief Justice in here bonnet. You see, inside the wagon, the heat is different. Now let's take our time and enter the travel policy, and then show you documents of what the Chief Justice actually did. Now, before I go in, I will take my time and explain to you the travel policies, the official travel policy and the personal travel policy. In the travel policy, what is beneath it? The Chief Justice said, "Me too quine a official traveler, then also ye." And the Chief Justice said, "Me too quine a personal traveler, then also ye." Because say the distinction between the two are. Kwasi Ampeng just Paul Addo to be to TV so can say some words so no crane or can boa. We are killing Jandam. Now, before I go into the document, my mention there. Official travel, send the Chief Justice Kase O to Kwanya. Emrane Trese. I was say so Kase Onini Kunube to Kwanya. This is under official travel. The Chief Justice Kase Onini Kunube to Kwanya or call a London. A official travel. Na so Kase Odini Kunube Kanwa. Now, because Odini Kunu Kahono are a official travel, no. So Chief Justice ne pay them £1,000 or 1,000 Ghana cedis a day. Nikunu will take half of that per diem. The husband will be paid 500 Ghana cedis. Tie. Send the Wahana Chief Justice ko ye dwuma bi wo London. Na London no oko no e Ghana di munti no oko. Enti e official travel. Now the Chief Justice say oko London na odi nikunu ka no ho akwa. The Chief Justice a day bia no ye betua no per diem $1,000. I was sending Kunu Yamani Kunu $500. That is what the travel policy for the judiciary says. Now, the Chief Justice Yana Adwene say, Obeko holidays, personal traveler, Emrane Chere our travel policy will say, the only person she can go with is the bodyguard. That means the Constitution and the government only recognizes the Chief Justice and her bodyguard. So because the Constitution recognizes the Chief Justice and her bodyguard, it means the government will only pay for the Chief Justice and her bodyguard. In terms of these are two travels, and these two travels all falls under travel policy. But Paul Addo also of course law school or born to one pass it, and he's diabolic or cultural. Into Obejina Hono, he created an impression to say the travel no or Sammy in app or lumping it together. And or the Ghana for say Chief Justice in Bonibia. May the American child say, I am not dealing with a petition. I am dealing with what I will tell you, say, a judicial audit and none I may be dealing with. The petition, I have nothing about me, Nimbibia about the petition. I've not seen a word in the petition, so I can't speak on the petition. But Paul Addo so who petition, no, and he was trying to tell us, said, the all petition, but I'm going to use the audit, the judicial audit service. Also, the judiciary, the judicial service, the secretary, every year they audit the judiciary. And the judicial service, things you do, the law itself will tell you, so you are not supposed to do. And when they do the audit now, they will state it in there, say, So when Dibonia, this is a crime. The judiciary itself, the reason why they do the audit is say they know some judges can abuse the law. They know the judges, some of them can abuse power and anything audit. Anything the reason why I say they know say judges no say nipa they can be corrupted. Say judges no and so bumraso. That is why the judiciary itself, the judicial service, they have a special audit for the judiciary. Because Sebio and you having a park and Kenyan and Gambompire and I say Yambo Yabrayi. And it's almost the judicial office judicial service. Another almost year auditing of judges travels near the idea. Then they also want to fish out judges who are trying to be corrupt, who are abusing the law, who are basically spending on us. We paying for expenses we are not supposed to pay. Do you understand? Don't get it twisted. Polatumochi was lying. He was lying. But you see, they want to create a picture to say a personal attack on Madam Tokonu. Madam Tokonu, who need that? I don't know her. I only work with the facts. Now let me show you something. Team, stay with me. So the judicial service actually had an audit on all the judges in Ghana, especially the Supreme Court judges. In fact, the Supreme Court judges. And in the audit, the judicial audit, some findings, they came to some conclusion. They got they saw some abnormalities. They saw some illegalities. That's the word I'm looking for. Illegalities, bebre. Now let's go into the audit of the judiciary. This document I'm going to put on the screen. So the judicial service is they should release a statement and say this is a fake document. This is the legitimate document. Omwankasa ne publish here. Omwankasa our file also. Now look at this. You see this document? Document where draft management letter. The judicial secretary, judicial services. And Tiosha April 24th. Now, draft management letter on the accounts of judicial service, that's JS, for the period January to December 2023. Into audits judicial services 2023 audit NA. This is a legitimate document. Me fancy ye be publish it. Obi an kind na mon judicial secretary and say Kevin Taylor has published this. Is it a lie? Mr. P, Mr. S. Now, Shadie, when you read the first page of the audit, this is what they say. Introduction. Mami and Lajin said you can follow what I'm reading. I always try to do that because department be brainy or mudin komono Jimmy into MPP4 especially. It's always good for you to see the oho. Now, when you read it, this is what it says. We have audited the accounts and other related records of the judicial service in accordance with Article 187, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 11, Subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584, for the period January to December 2023. Now, this is what it says. Point 2. The following observations and recommendations made during the audit had been discussed with the key personnel, and their responses, where appropriate, had been incorporated in this management letter. 3. We shall be grateful to receive your response within 30 days after receipt of this management letter as required by Section 29 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584. Now, point 2, let me read and break it down. Senebeya, PZ for Mudimatem, Sebio, Omumubi Omunko Skua, MPP Boom, some Yakwasi, Romabeti Winasi. Where audit service for Omelette Omutroye statement releasing and you say we have audited the accounts and other related records of the judicial services in accordance with Article 87, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 11, Subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act 2000 for the period January to December 2023. It says this: the following observations and recommendations made during the audit had been discussed with the key personnel, and their responses, where appropriate, had been incorporated in this management letter. Almost say, your audit. Now audit na omaye no. Omaye aye sikasemu kunta inchechire mwehu bibia. Na sebi omoye audit ni nyina wie na ehwehwe sikasemu se ne yese sika, se ne yenye sika ne ade nyina wie no. Omo a omo ho baa mu, omo a omo kwa atwe wo mu no. Omo tro letter koma sankofo ni nyina twen se omo de omanu yie ebeba. It means say audit ni wie no, judicial service here audit ni wie no. They actually wrote to the people who have found say they have done something against the act and answer the clause and answer the article 187. If they had not committed any crime, saying bonibia contrary to article 187, those people wouldn't have been written to by the audit service or the judicial service to answer questions. The reason why some judges were written to for their responses to be heard by the judicial services audit service, judicial services now, audit now. Say judge be antrowa just a uhuni asem unya bone. Bibia ni wa ya echere say e wo say fro. But the moment audit ni wie na se ka say madam Tokonu ya echere letter bro yi nyoma bia no a, meaning there were some things you did that are against or contrary to Article 187, meaning webumraso. Especially when you are the Chief Justice or a Supreme Court judge who should know right. Now, yanko enim or documenting him. When you go to the next page of the document, this is what you see. Yen reading boom. Let me enlarge it. Point 21 in this audit report. Disallowed expenditure. Remember the word disallowed expenditure. $30,000 and 252,338 Ghana cedis. Sa sikawe a disallowed expenditure, meaning Article 187 does not allow it, meaning you have committed a crime. Say your audit near trust say some expenses are disallowed. It means it is not allowed. It means it goes against Article 187. Now let's read what the audit report ekaye. That's what it says. Point 21. Regulation 78 of the Public Financial Management Regulations 2019 LI 2378 provides that a principal spending officer of a covered entity is personally responsible for ensuring, in respect of each payment of that covered entity, the validity, accuracy, and legality of the claim for the payment. 22. We observed during our review of the expenditure on foreign travels that, remember, the word is foreign travels. We observed during our review of the expenditure on foreign travels that the Honorable Lady Chief Justice traveled to Arusha, Tanzania with her spouse, Mr. Francis Kofi Tokonu, instead of her security for her annual leave from 2nd to the 10th September 2023. Almost some audit, who say the Chief Justice actually traveled, foreign travel. Sa foreign travel no na any official trip, na a holiday. The Chief Justice traveled to Tanzania, and the law says say a onwankasa personal traveler, which is a traveler. I was saying only the bodyguard nebekono. She did not travel with her bodyguard. Instead, she traveled with her husband. Now, with this, it means the Chief Justice basically has flouted the law, because when it comes to your personal holidays, you are supposed to, at the end of the day, go with your bodyguard. Now, if you don't go with your bodyguard and you go with your husband, that means you have to foot your husband's bills. You cannot drop your bodyguard and use government money to pay for your husband. The moment you drop your bodyguard on your vacation, it means if you decide to go with your husband has to pay for every single thing. His flight, his accommodation, his food, whatever he does. But what they found out in their investigations, the judicial audits, the Chief Justice traveled to Arusha, Tanzania, with her spouse, Mr. Francis Kofi Tokonu, instead of her security for her annual leave from 2nd to the 10th of September 2023. So one has been established. One crime has been established. She went on a holiday. Instead of her to go with her bodyguard to be paid for by the government, she dropped her bodyguard and went with her husband and forced the government to pay for her husband. That is one crime. All right. Now, 2.23. We also noted that the Honorable Lady Chief Justice embarked on another vacation. So the first vacation is gone, which she has already broken the law. The first vacation, she was supposed to take the bodyguard for the government to pay for the bodyguard's expenses. She dropped the bodyguard and put her husband in for the government to pay for her husband, which she knows is wrong. So that first crime has been committed. Now let's go again. This is not my document. This is the Judicial Service Audit Report 2023. We also noted the Honorable Lady Chief Justice embarked on another vacation, private foreign travel. Private foreign travel from 16th to the 25th of September 2023 with her daughter, Miss Adom Sarah Amega Tokonu, instead of her security to the United States of America. She made another vacation trip. Instead of her to go with her security, one person, for the government to pay for her security, she didn't do that. She took along her daughter. And who paid for her daughter's expenses? The government of Ghana. Her daughter's first class, her daughter's business, her daughter's hotel, every single thing, this woman gave the invoice to Ghana government to pay. Second, she has committed 2 crimes. Remember, this is not a circuit court judge. This is not Kevin Taylor. This is not Kwansima. This is not somebody on the street. This is the creme de la creme. The woman who runs Ghana's judiciary. So don't underestimate the kind of her. So be a bonny first one, because so it was an oversight. But to do it again, it wasn't an oversight, it was deliberate. Because Madam Toko do not want. So because we are board there, no be Madam Toko say, oh madam, I was too hungry. This one they forgive me. This is my first time, something. Temper there with their justice there. Oh madam, forgive me. This is my first time. The Madam Toko will be like, okay, we are forgiving you. Next week, says the say, you, Madam Tokonu, will tell them to jail. You jail that person because then you will tell the person this is deliberate. Now you get what I mean. Now I'm sure idea. Now let's go into the details. Now you see this document. Mami reading point 25 and show. This is in the audit report. What you guys were making Paul Adom what you do no. On an assay case that my Chief Justice. I need to open this. It's not opening up. What's happening? All right. Now, point 25 in the audit report, it says this. The practice contravenes the policy in page 37. P1 and 2, section B. 1 and 2. Personal travel by the Chief Justice. Personal travel. And this is travel policy. There's personal travel and there's official travel. There are 2 things. She took advantage of the personal travel. Now it goes on to say that the practice contravenes the policy in page 37, P1 and 2, section B, 1 and 2, personal travel by the Chief Justice of the policy on foreign travels by head of the Judiciary and Superior Court Justices 2019 of the Judicial Services, which stipulates that where the Chief Justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. Mamen kind bi em. Emrano Judicial Services for no air audit review no. They stated emra otchere said the Chief Justice here no we boom raso. Almost say, and I'll take it from the top. The practice contravenes the policy in page 37. That is P1 and 2, section B. That is 1 and 2. Personal travel by the Chief Justice of the policy Policy on Foreign Travels by Head of the Judiciary and Superior Court Justices 2019 of the Judicial Service, which stipulates that, and I state, where the Chief Justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. The two travels I've mentioned, the two travels I've spoken about, they are all private travels. They are all her vacation travels. And the law says this clearly. When it is your personal travel, when it is your vacation, you need to go with only your bodyguard. And that if you decide to go with anybody else, they need to pay for their own expenses. The funny thing is, this woman drops the bodyguard and then brings her daughter along. The first one was her husband for Ghana to pay, and second time, her daughter for Ghana to pay. Now, Uko Wenima, now read here, go to point 26. I don't know what is in the Paul Adom the petition, and it's not my Medjuma Kofa a document we have. I don't know what is in the petition. So don't say we are doing petition here. I'm responding to Paul Adom also who the petition. Now, when you read point 26, this is what it says. We further notice that Miss Adam Sarah Amega Tokonu's air ticket, which is supposed to be a business class, just as that of Honorable Lady Chief Justice, was rather the World Travel Plus business class, which resulted in an additional amount of 9,000 in her ticket cost. It is not about Madam Chief Justice coming back later to say take your 9,000. It is the intentions. It's her knowing, say, she is breaking the law. She had broken the law first with her husband. She decided to break the law again with her daughter. And this time, she even upgraded her daughter's travel tickets from regular, what we call business class. She moved it up to World Travel Plus business class. Are you now understanding what I'm saying? So Madam Tokonu has committed two serious crimes. It is and she returned 9,000. No, it is not about the return of 9,000. Nobody cares. She didn't even return the 9,000. What happened was that she deliberately committed a crime. She broke the law twice. Not once, twice. Now, when you go to the table down there, let me read something to you. Name Miss Adam S.A. Tokonu. Country travel to United States of America. Per diem, or did $10,000. Cost of air ticket 109,000 Ghana cedis. 1 billion old Ghana. Ni ticket no. Miss Adam S.A. Tokonu ticket Tokonu chama ne baniye. Sika Ghana ban tuama Madam Tokonu ba. Madam Tokonu, Chief Justice, she knows the law. Onimumrano, but Oma Ghana for ye sika. Emo Sama neba per diem of $10,000. The per diem is $10,000. Miss Adam S.A. Tokonu's daughter took per diem of $10,000. Ne ticket, 109,000 Ghana. Old Ghana, no, 1 billion. Now, when you go to the next one, it is Mr. Francis Kofi Tokonu. He traveled to Tanzania with the wife, Madam Tokonu, and then called Tanzania. Per diem, Yamani Cruz $6,000 per diem. At the end of the day, Ghana spent $74,000 on the husband. Remember, the two trips they were supposed to pay for their own bills. The government was supposed to have nothing to do with the payment of these bills. So the intent alone, the intent was there to steal from us. The intent was there to commit a crime. Now, when you go down, you see something. Miss Adam Sarah Amega Tokonu, Onunkwan cost of air tickets, 109,000. Honorable Lady Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu Sunkwan ticket, 99,000. Difference of 9,500. And Nana Paul Admo say aye, and the woman paid back the 9,500. It is not about the woman paying back the 9,500. It is the intent behind her actions. It is not about bringing 9,500. It is the crime that has been committed. It is the deliberate crime. It is the intent. Because the first one now we are there. Why sorry? We a mistake. But you did another one and even upgraded your daughter's tickets. Meaning, deliberate. The intent was there. It is how you judge. Now it's your konyum. Near the ademu assembly be two enim. Say nipano or your first one. Etiamra private trip. And Nigeria Polademocho was hiding behind travel policy. In the travel policy, there is official and unofficial. And then one country. In the travel policy, there's something called official travel and unofficial travel. The official travel, you can go with your husband. The government will take care of your husband's bills because juma. The unofficial travels, which is your personal trip, which is your vacation, the government can only pay for your bodyguard. But what this woman did was 2 times she traveled with her husband, paid per diem to the husband. At the end of the day, used Ghana money to pay a ticket for the husband. And so she did the same thing again. Travel with her daughter, vacation. She paid for her daughter, gave her daughter per diem. The government bodyguard who was supposed to go with her, this woman dropped him. So it means the woman deliberately decided to do what she did. It is obituary petition. Now, catch the Council of State and the President say this woman cannot be trusted. She has broken the law deep down and that she needs to be kicked out. Has the person done anything wrong? I am saying I don't know anything about the petition. I am speaking based on what Paul Ademochi put on his screen. So she is executing what's in her head. Ukojina Kota, it is not about the referendum about. They accuse you of something now. And it's a bit of say, whoa, minyawa mekun, the intent keke etuma uko jail. So because you say, train na obehu, and no krano etuma uko jail. Mumusa madam tokonu. Na obiaya baako. Now wasaya another one. It means the woman, she decided to execute her intent. It is the intention. And does it go against the law? Yes. And does she know? Yes. You know why I say she knows? The reason why I tell you Madam Tokonu knows, say, this was the same woman, Rebecca Akufo Addo, and Samira Bawumia eje illegal salary. And you know that's not case. So she knows that when you take illegal salary, you need to be brought to court and sanctions needs to be applied. So if she has done something illegally, she has taken illegal money to pay for her husband's trip, private trip, then she knows that sanctions should follow. So if today somebody writes a petition and in the petition that pops up and sanctions have to follow her, why are people making it MPP NDC matter? It's her own actions. It's what she did. What she did is what we are exposing. The intent. She executed her intentions. She knew what she was doing. Because so we read the audits, judicial service audit now. Say another private trip, meaning why your first one and also your second one. It's Mumusan say into on and Katia Kojo Kyeremanteng so be to the Nima. Nipa no ya the first one, I was the second one. No. I don't know the petition. I don't know what's in the petition. I can tell you on authority. But Paul Ademochi so in petition no. Ono na call the petition ma be kire. And it's na me church the Ghana for say Paul Ademochi boa. The reason because of boa say he is trying to clean the woman. Say Paul Ademochi ade o de to the screen so no say a true say a petition ma and there maybe Chief Justice Tokonu she could not answer this question. And no person Paul Ademochi may clean up mano or public sympathy. So, madam, you are the law, the judiciary, the Chief Justice. Technically, you are the law in Ghana, and you are deliberately breaking the law. What should we do? I wasn't going to talk about this. I had this document like 3 weeks ago. I kept it because I thought to say, Sammy wants Rebecca say an agenda against the Chief Justice. I didn't want to do it. Makachro, I had this document about 3 weeks ago. I decided not to speak on this document because I didn't want Ghanaians to be MP before Rebecca say, I Obiako Tam document Kevin Taylor, Obegu Chief Justice. So I said to my team, let's not touch this document. But until I knew the diabolic thing he was doing on TV, the deliberate atro sa boneni Jimmy and o Jimmy no I told my team, say, we need to put this document out. And coming here, that. Why should I do that? Because you see, as seminar, Eco President Woko Council of State. So I wanted the process to work for all of us to see. Even though I had this, I didn't touch it. Because now I'm person be arguing and say, Kevin Taylor cover document TV, Obegu Madam Toko doing masi. No. But until Paul Adomo say who petition, no. And in the petition, this is what it's in the petition, and he's trying to clean the woman whilst he knew or he knows. So what he was doing was a lie, no? I said no. Memma Jandamwe Enkoso, I will stop it today. And he was hiding behind what we call travel policy, but he never went into the details when it comes to travel policy, your official travel policy, official travel. And thank you, my team sent me for being come on. Your official travel, and your personal travel. Madam Tokonu took advantage of the personal travel. Now, my mention my DB. Let me show you this. So, Samabani and Kebia, we have a reason why I am Kebi. Now, if you are there, let me read this. Point 31. It's in the audit report. Me reading in natural. Yeah, we are about to publish it. How many pages, Mr. S? How many pages with the report? Mr. S, how many pages? Let me go. 31 pages. Yeah. 31 pages. Yeah, we are about to publish 31 pages in here. You guys should read everything. We are publishing 31 pages in here. Now, this is also part of the report. It says this. Management responded by quoting the paragraph 9A of the policy on foreign travels by head of the judiciary and the Superior Court justices, which describe the procedure for official travel by the Chief Justice instead of condition stated in the observation, which is captured in the section B, which involves procedures for personal travel by the Chief Justice. Management responded by quoting the paragraph 9A of the policy on foreign travel by head of the judiciary and the Superior Court justices, which describe the procedure for official travel by the Chief Justice instead of conditions stated in the observation, which is captured in the section B, which involves procedure for personal travel by the Chief Justice. So, even in the report, they made it clear, say, there is a clear distinction between official travel and personal travel. So, what Paul Adomo was doing in this, he was hiding behind travel policy. No, we are looking at specific travels. Are we talking about the Chief Justice traveling on official duty, or the Chief Justice traveling on personal or for leisure or for vacation? These are two things you need to be able to tell Ghanaians. But when you hide behind travel policy and she returned 9,000 and she did this, then you are trying to fool Ghanaians. You think you are smart. Paul Adomo Makacham said, or a drug addict with Jimmy. The things he does on that TV, and I've told Zoom Lion, your TV will collapse because of this fool. I've told Zoom Lion. Your TV. I told you, Zoom Lion. I told you this. Your TV will collapse because of Paul Adomo. Because that is bad investment. And we keep telling you this. Maybe you think you are so powerful and nothing. They say, Oma Kwasiadu investment edima egu. Slowly, this Paul Adomo, it's making you an enemy of the state. Paul Adomo is calling a lot of enemies for you, and it's going to affect your business. Where are your Pentecost, where your investment? And we are talking about an issuer, Sebio, unya opportunity to speak on as a Ghanaian, as somebody who calls yourself a journalist. At least, out of respect, just tell Ghanaians the truth. Just tell Ghanaians the truth. And tell Ghana for say, this is the truth. Because at the end of the day, my job here is to let you know the truth. But you can't hide behind words and say that, my team, and you know something, and if you got out a travel document, and no, that thing is wrong. So how do you until you want to pitch, you want Ghanaians to feel, say, Obi Time Chief Justice, John Mahama Time Chief Justice. No, the Chief Justice on one deeds. Because we didn't know anything in the petition. I don't know still. Ghana for baby Ghana, 99% of Ghanaians, they don't know what's in the petition. Eya wona kofa bae. Enti mi prove what show any Ghana for say obwa, and that the kind of cleaning job you are doing, the laundry job you are doing, no, enko bebia. Kano krene chiromo, my Ghana for who's a Chief Justice, Adebia waye no, etiamra, or see a chenaso. That's all. I didn't prepare this audit. A judicial service don't prepare audit way. So at the end of the day, heading out time because a bit Chief Justice, I am showing Ghanaians what is in the audit. Paul is a criminal. He's a thief. He shouldn't be walking free in Ghana. I'll see a chinishem. Japan needs to arrest this fool because he's misinforming and disinforming the public. It won't be no yeah. Oh, the Chief Justice. How can Obi order 9,000 abba, but he refused to tell you the damage he has done? Listen to Paul Addo again and see the damage he did.
Dan Ofori starts with money, suspecting that Justice Tokono has spent some money and she used some money to travel, and the money that she used to travel is not for her, it's for government and blah 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 blah. Let's look at it. Okay, this is the on the left is the allegation that Chief Justice misappropriated a sum of 261,000 Ghana cedis of public funds for private travel. Daniel Ofori further alleges that the CJ traveled with her spouse, that is her husband, and child with the aforementioned public funds, when her spouse and child are neither members of the judiciary nor work within the judicial service. So this is Daniel Ofori's first allegation. There are three categories of allegation: financial, court matters, and then another one. I'll show you all. Give me just 5 minutes. So this is the matter, that she has spent this amount of money traveling with her husband and her daughter. This is what we found. That the said travel package is provided for in paragraph A9 of the policy on foreign travels by the head of the judiciary and superior courts judges, approved in 2010 and reviewed in 2019. And it allows the CJ to bring along a spouse and another person of her choice on foreign travels. This has served 4 Chief Justices, to wit: Georgina Wood, Sophia Kufu, Justice Eniyeboah, and Justice Tokono, the present CJ. So where is Daniel Ofori coming from?
So you see why he was talking? You're not official travels. You see, he hid behind official travels to make you think it's a Chief Justice in BBA. But when you go into the audit, we were talking about personal travels. Because with the official travels, Chief Justice can go with her spouse and the bodyguard. The law permits it. What about the personal travels? You saw what he was doing. We're diabolical. Are bad people. They are disease. Into one explanation, he basically put everything under official travel. Because obviously, we all know it's official travel. She can go with her husband and then her bodyguard. It's allowed. The government pays for that. You and I pays for that. But at the end of the day, when she wants to do a personal trip, vacation, she's not supposed to bring her husband. She can bring her husband along, but we are not supposed to pay for it. She can go with her bodyguard, which is fine. The government, you and I will pay. But the moment she drops her bodyguard or even brings the bodyguard and brings her daughter or her husband, she has committed a crime. And she didn't do it once, she did it twice. The question is, did she even go with her bodyguard? No. So, this woman has done nothing wrong. This is the jandam. They are dirty people. Paul Addo, one filthy, dirty individual. Now, what can. A very diabolic fool. The CNC brown, stupid political rat, dirty wet rat. That is what he does. Into Obi create impression, to say, Obi time Chief Justice. No. He lumped everything together and only dwelled on their foreign travels. Because foreign travels, and in the foreign travels, he dwelled only on their official travels. But within that foreign travels, there's something called official and unofficial or personal. So the issue here is, Ninyina comes with its own pegs. Why did he refuse to speak on the details, but only stuck to foreign travels? And he goes and with his bodyguard and his spouse. Nobody has a problem. But what about the other one? What does the law say about it? These are stupid fools. No, I'm bad people. they can destroy your nation. Me say, the likes of Paul Addo, those dirty, filthy fools, some who feel with drug addicts, they can destroy your nation. The agenda is that, say, NDC better power, they are say, these are not people who are supposed to live with us. Paul Addo, a Sankoma, Sanko for Kofi Bentham. Some more rely on those people, no, so I'm Mukrono, ebe say. And to me, once the people are sitting and listening to Paul, me say, hey, he is a political rat, a wet one.
You waiting for winning reporter Babeto Yepono because so we can subscribe to channel dia Bomodia say over subscribe. Now while like video don't give us a thumbs up, na fi share my offer so now when you be here now who and someone ekoso ewo Ghana memoir. Also betimi otchere wadwen afa eye and some way nyina ho ewo comment box nimu. Obete minkabi in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.